Well, good morning, and thanks for joining us online for this Palm Sunday service. Our mission at First Evangelical Free Church is knowing God and making Him known. Our passion is we are becoming disciples, living as a family of disciples, serving as disciples in our community, and sending disciples into the world. So for announcements this morning, I'd just like to direct your attention to our website. We made some additional changes there. There's a place to click for the bulletin and its inserts. So all of the announcements are there. Also, please, if you would, fill out the connection card that we have online as well. And there is a place on there for prayer requests. So please, if you have those, make those known to us. And then thirdly, right by where you click on the live stream, there's a place for online giving if you haven't tried that yet. It's really easy to do. So in keeping with the spirit of the President's coronavirus guidelines for America, we've suspended almost all of our meetings at church for the time being. So that means next Sunday, Easter Sunday, we will be live streaming only. We do plan to have corporate prayer this Tuesday morning at 6:30. We are able to maintain good social distancing for the number of people who attend, and we even have room for more if you'd like to attend that Tuesday mornings at 6:30. And this will be the pattern at least through April. I'm sure you've probably seen now that the President's guidelines have been extended for the next 30 days. So these are designed to slow the spread of the coronavirus. If you're watching national news, I'm sure you've seen various times when the national peak will come. It's because we don't really know for sure yet when that will be. And in South Dakota, it will almost certainly be later. Governor Noem, who's done a really good job communicating with everyone in this state, has just said this week that this is a marathon and not a sprint. Our peak will come sometime later than the national peak, and so we should expect things to go on for longer than the 30 days. So just keep that in mind. But even though it's going to go on longer, now is the time to take action. It's the time to flatten the curve in South Dakota, because we're ahead, or you could say, or behind, depending on how you want to look at it. The rest of the nation, we're out here somewhat isolated, and our curve will come later. It's not a time for fear, but it is a time to trust God. It's not a time for fear. It's a time to show your faith. A little bit ago, we sang, "Hearts are yearning for you." Well, people may not know what their hearts are yearning for, but now's the time for us as a church to show our faith, let our light shine. On March 15th, which was the last time we held a live service, and we also live streamed the event, there were 3,487 cases in the United States, reported cases. That's just 3 weeks ago. 3,487. A week later, the first time we did live stream only, there were 33,404 cases. These are numbers from the CDC. Last week, so that would be 2 weeks from March 15th, there were 140,904 cases in the United States. And 2 days ago, on Friday, so we don't have a full week here, there were 277,205 cases. That's 2 days ago, almost certainly over 300,009 now, which is almost 100 times what it was 3 weeks ago. So the virus is spreading rapidly. And again, it's not a time for fear, but it is a time for us to take action. I've heard a bunch of people say, it's okay because if I get it, I'll probably be okay. Well, that's probably true. Most people are okay when they get this virus. Some people, a large number of people, don't even know they have it when they get it. And so it's probably true that you'll be okay. But this isn't just about you, right? It isn't just about me. So this is a time for loving our neighbors. And there are people that are at particular risk here, and it's about helping them. It's about our parents and our grandparents, healthcare workers, emergency responders, others that are very susceptible to this disease. So, in keeping with the President's guidelines, you might ask what those are. They're really pretty common sense, and they've been consistently communicated through the CDC and at the national level. But take them to heart, because now is the time for action. So if you feel sick, or if your kids are sick, or someone in your family is sick, stay home. For sure, do that. Also, if you have to be out, make sure you limit the number of people you're gathering with. And also practice good hygiene. We've talked about that a number of times. Washing your hands. Making sure that you cover your sneezes, all those things, and do a good job of disinfecting. So, but if you're an older person, and most recently that's been defined as somebody 65 or older, or if you have underlying conditions like heart disease or lung disease or diabetes, you should seriously think about just staying home or going for a walk by yourself. But pay attention to that. It's a good time, and again, now is the time for our action. So it's the time for us to do our part, as it says on the President's guidelines. You can find these guidelines at coronavirus.gov. There are also good websites from the state of South Dakota, and local officials. City of Sioux Falls has good guidelines as well that apply more directly to us. But now is the time that we can have an effect in South Dakota and also take care of our neighbors while we do it. So Pastor Randy will now come up for our scripture reading and our prayer time.